Trying to catch a good time.
So we just went running in the rain. As you can see, we're all so...
Hey, everybody. We just trying to have a good time. How about you? I was just talking to Stinks about how hard it is to go anywhere nowadays because I'm so famous and everybody is always like, can I get your autograph? Are you that girl? And I'm just like, I just want to live a normal life, you know? And she was just like, I have no idea how that feels because I don't have to deal with this. April Fools. Actually, March Madness. JK, JK. Anyways, we're going to start off our BuenTiempo podcast. It's been a long time.
It's been
Mucho tiempo.
years.
It's been a year or years?
Oh, there you are. It cut out for a second. Sorry.
It's been a year or years? Because has it been a
It's
year or
been
years?
years. Our
Wow.
first one, what was that, my freshman year in college?
Yeah, that's true.
And now I have graduated college.
Yes.
So that was like 4 years ago.
It's been 4 years since our last recording of BuenTiempo podcast.
That is crazy.
Very crazy. Life just started lifing.
Life lifed like no other.
Girl, life was like LIFE. It's done.
Over.
OVER. Okay, so back again with another, I won't say banger because that's other people's word, but I'm trying to figure out how we're back again with
smasher.
A smasher. That's what we gonna do. See, that's my girl. Back again with another smasher on Buen Tiempo podcast. It's been mucho tiempo, but we are back in the building. So I want you, we discussed, we're going to do one or two. Let's rock, paper, scissors for one or two.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
Will you do the shoot? Come on. Not this.
What?
No, it's rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I used to not do the shoot, but I was peer pressured into doing the shoot. Okay, well, we won't do the shoot.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Wait, now I don't know how to do it. Wait,
Okay.
I still did scissors and you did paper.
Let's do it one more time. Best of three. Rock, paper, scissors.
Scissors. Wait, you supposed to do it on the last one?
Yeah, we do it when we say scissors.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Ready?
best of four. Rock, paper, scissors.
Scissors.
No, because you did it after. All right, you won twice. Pick a number between 1 and 2.
2.
2. All right, let's go ahead and get our trusty dusty phones out. You look at your iPhone. I'll look at my droid, and we will see what picture we're going to choose from 2 years ago. All right, let's see. Those years ago. If I'm not mistaken, it just turned 2025, so it would be 2023, right? February 2023. February 25, 2023.
February 2023. What was I up to at that time in my life?
Let's try to get the date exactly, but if we don't have it, like the day before.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa, this is so uncanny. Well, I guess it would make sense because you just went to a banquet, and I have a picture of the last banquet you went to.
Can I see?
And that was Saturday, February 25th. Well, I guess.
Really?
I guess Was it Saturday? Or I might have uploaded Saturday, but that's the picture I'm gonna go with.
Well, that's me.
That's you. This has been one of my favorite pictures for a long time. So go ahead, pick your
Really?
picture.
Well, my pictures are probably going to be from that date too. Yep.
Would you look at that?
What do I want to go with here?
So, guys, you can see my screen, but you probably won't be able to see hers since she's camera shy today. And that's the picture, February
This
20.
is my live photo.
So she's going to send me that and we'll post her photo. All right. I'll go first. What feelings do I have when I pull up this picture? A little bit of nostalgia because I feel like I was living in Indiana with you at that time.
Mm-mm.
Nope,
Mm-mm.
that is not true. I wasn't.
This was junior year. You moved sophomore year.
Got you. But I do remember that there was a back and forth about the dress. Is that not accurate?
That was the year before.
Okay. So,
One more try.
one more try. Okay, should I be honest?
Yes.
I'm very overprotective and also very like, what is mommy gonna say?
Mm.
So when I saw this, I immediately was like, oh, she's so cute. And then I was like, where's the sleeve? Where's the other sleeve? Oh, is that a one-sided thing? What? Is there a little boob? What is this?
There
What?
was no boob.
No, it's just that, the side type of thing. And I'm
Mm.
just like, oh, she's not an adult. Like,
But I
no.
was.
You were. So I guess that was my feeling because apparently I don't remember
Mm.
the year, but I do remember that about this picture. However, semicolon, comma, I did download this and I had it on as my screen saver for quite a long time. So
Oh.
that's what I got from that picture. How about you, girl?
Well, this was my picture. I don't know what I feel. I guess, okay, I'll be honest too. This is during a time I was talking to somebody that I don't talk to anymore. And so
Mm.
that's the only thing I can think of from this night.
Isn't it hard when people mess up your memories?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have those experiences because otherwise you'll think that life is perfect and it's not.
Yeah.
But it's like when you remember a picture, you're like, "Oh, oh, yeah."
Yeah. But
Dun,
maybe it's just
dun,
because there's
dun.
that picture surrounding it. But this specific picture, I mean, it's me and my friends. Like, these people are, I still love very much. And it's just me and my girls. So,
Got you. All right. So let's get into today's quick topic. I called because I said we got to talk about something. I know several people, friends and family, that admit that they have anxiety. And I've always been that person to be like, I don't I don't know what that feels like. Sorry. Like I can what is it? Empathize with you? Or maybe it's sympathize cuz empathy you would put yourself in their shoes.
yeah.
But if I'm honest, sometimes I'm kind of like, and
You
just
can't relate.
I can't. I'm just like there's so many other things that are so bad out there.
Mm.
But I think today I realized that well, one, everybody has some type of like anxiety, I think.
Hmm.
But I think I realized that it's probably just because of the way it manifests in me that I think I don't have anxiety.
Mm.
And go with me on this just recently. So I'm the type of person that if there's something going on with my friends or family, I'm getting up and going, I'm going to be there. That has always just been me. And sometimes I do it to the detriment of my pocket.
Mm.
Like I don't have the money to do it, but I got to be
They'll
there.
do it.
And I've been single for quite a while. And when I say single, I've had relationships, long-term relationships, but in my mind, I was single. So I was doing what I wanted to do. Like I'm going to do it anyway. And also along with that comes like I'm just going to have to figure it out. So when I get back from whatever trip or even while I'm there, if I'm broke, I figure it out. Sometimes I've even done like DoorDash or
Yeah.
Instacart like on the trips. And sometimes you know, I've been grateful. I've been what's the word? I've been blessed enough to have friends and family that be like, "Hey, let me send you
Yeah.
such and such whatever." And then I know that whenever I get back, I'm grinding. Like I hit the ground running. So I'll just make up what I need to make up.
Mhm.
I will say that I've been in a deficit for quite a long time because, big wedding and even before that, just other things.
Yeah.
And it's been difficult to catch up. And on top of difficult to catch up, in the middle of planning the wedding, I was starting off to do this. And
Mhm.
before that, I had to do this. And I had to go see this person, that person. And then right after 2025 hit the ground running again, it
Yeah.
was like, nope, you got to go here and there. And I will say that, my spouse is very supportive.
Mhm.
However, it dawned on me, like when the weight of financial things are hitting me, that I have to be more strategic because it's not just me.
Right.
Like I have to think about somebody else. Like I have to think about like that might financially be affecting somebody else.
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, when I thought about that
Mhm.
and not being able to show up for people, like, what if something happens? Because I had to honestly tell myself, okay, just no more. Like from here on out, I'm good. I'm not going anywhere else. I got to stay stationary. And then all these things starts going through my mind, like, but what if this happens to this person? How could I not be there? And what if something happens? Like I started to have bad anxiety,
Mm.
but it didn't pop up as like the palpitations and all of that stuff. It was like my reaction to anxiety is it's not going to help, so keep it moving.
Mm.
I bury things. So I was in the middle of delivering and I said, well, this what if it's not going to help, so keep it moving.
Yeah.
And so I took it out of my brain and like, I'm not going to think about it. But not thinking about it is not preparing for it.
Right.
And that's when I understood how if you don't have a mechanism to like push the ball the other way, you could spiral into physical anxiety.
Yeah.
Right after that, I don't know if this was not like an hour after that. I don't know if this was an effect of that because I said I pushed it out the way, like just keep on moving, like forget it. Because I don't have FOMO, but I have fear of not being there. And I don't know where that comes. I have fear that my worth is wrapped up in whether or not I
Mhm.
am physically there for my folks when something goes down.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, don't even think about it because you can't do anything about it. So I let it go. And then as I finished my deliveries, went long story short, I have a good family friend who had parked their car somewhere for months, like
Mhm.
months. And this is not always a safe place. And I'm like, I was supposed to be checking on the car. I got busy. I'm like, is the car going to still be there? So on the way there, I'm like a little, like, oof, hope the car is there. But as I started turning down the street, it was like,
Mm.
what if I show up and the car's not there?
Mm.
Then I'm not, excuse my language, I'm not Captain Sabo
Yeah.
because I didn't go get the car in enough time.
Yeah.
The only thing that helped me, I am not going to lie, all I could say was out loud, God is not giving us the spirit of fear, but
Mm.
of love and of a sound mind.
Mm.
And while I was saying it, I wasn't believing it, but saying it calmed me down enough. And don't get me wrong, my underarms were sweating,
Yeah.
but it calmed me down enough not to do something stupid. Because I'm driving on the street where cars are going and not to be like not paying attention or whatever and looking. And I just had to keep saying that God is not giving us the spirit of fear, but of love and of a sound mind. And somebody once told me that based off that verse, remember that the opposite of love is fear.
Mm.
It's not hate. And I was like,
Fear. Mm.
based off of that verse. And it's because people hate what they fear
Mm.
or what they don't understand. Anyways, me continuing to say that brought me down enough. And then the car was there and then it was all good. But I don't know if that was a reaction to the earlier thing, like because this was something more tangible enough for me to actually have the anxiety and palpitations about.
Yeah.
So I'm usually, I guess, the counselor. This time I'm coming to you, girl, because I know that you have dealt with anxiety in the past, and it's so foreign to me that I feel out of body and I
Yeah.
feel stupid, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, well, first of all, thank you for sharing. Sometimes it's hard to even be able to verbalize what's going on in your mind. When you were talking, I heard a couple of things that struck me. So, one is the actual acknowledgement of how your body manifests anxiety, but also, I think deeper than that, or maybe not deeper, but different, is the fact that you said you feel like your self worth is tied up in your ability to be physically present with people. And I think that that is a main source, seems to be a big source of anxiety for you. And I think that's definitely something that needs to be unpacked. Do you know when you started feeling like that, or is it just something you always have had in you?
I mean, let mom tell it was probably something always there, maybe, because I don't really know. Like, she could tell you better. Like my younger self, what I can remember, I feel like it was always there a little bit. I didn't have the funds. So think as like in high school and stuff, maybe I think it was I remember like trying I think I remember trying to be there, maybe for one or two people in particular, but the
Hmm.
funds weren't there for me to be like bouncing all over the world.
Yeah.
Apparently they're not there now, but I think it started to happen after graduating high school, working a little bit more, living on my own, and I didn't have to ask anybody where I was going.
Yeah.
I would just up and go. And so maybe college, but here lately, I think I would say lately, and lately I'm gonna say probably like the last 10 years is when, my friends are adulting and things are happening in their lives. And
Hmm.
that's just what I know how to do. I'll say this. It probably started with you. Somebody I know, and it's not like they ever told me this to do this. Somebody I know was like, probably they had the same age gap that you and I have. I think they were probably like 15 to 20 years older than their younger sibling.
Hmm.
And they told me how they used to always like they had money, like not rich, but they were working and they always bought their siblings something. And they said that's what you're supposed to do for your siblings. So at this time, you weren't thought of, but it stuck with me
Hmm.
when you were born. So I didn't get the love part, but I got the if I buy, that will be love.
Hmm.
And I do remember that even though I was away, like, I tried to make sure that you had Valentine's Day stuff for
Hmm.
your, and I was calling myself because I didn't know what name brand stuff was, but I was like, I want her to have name brand, everything because I remember that, like, that's what an older sister is supposed to do.
Hmm.
And with that, I used to get so disappointed if I could not buy you stuff. Not
Hmm.
if I couldn't be there, but if I couldn't buy you stuff, because that's the only way that I knew that you knew that I cared about you.
Yeah.
It wasn't until way later, until I got older, or even I feel like it wasn't even until just this recent time I moved back to Indiana that we were able to really get a solid like
Connect. Yeah.
relationship and connect. And it was like, that I don't like not love you if I don't buy you something.
Yeah. Well, I would just want to interject here. I don't want to get emotional, but I probably will because even though you say like it wasn't until recently or a few years ago, whenever you moved here, that we really connected. Even though like when I was younger, it was mostly just like you buying me stuff. I always knew that you cared about me, and I always knew that like you were there for me. And I remember when you used to send me like the letters to when I was at camp. Like I still have those and everything.
What?
Yeah, there was never a time when I thought that your love was based on like stuff or stuff like that. Like I always knew.
Like, this is why I say this, like, that you taught me how to love. And I don't say this as a front to anybody. Like, I don't say this as a, what's the word? Try to dismiss anybody else. But there's certain things I remember that taught me, like, it was almost like a child, like you were my child. And the mistakes that I made, I was like, there's things that stuck with me that you probably don't remember that I have felt bad. Like, okay, There was a mutual friend of ours who had children that I used to take care of all the time. And they went to the same daycare that you went to. And I remember one time I was in town specifically to work with them. And I came and picked them up and I didn't pick you up. And I felt so bad.
Mm.
Like I thought that you weren't going to like me. I thought I was like the worst mother ever. But it was like there was an arrangement, and I just felt like I don't know if I stopped feeling bad about that for years. And so those things were this connection. And I'm actually glad you said that because I thought for a long time like you knew that I would provide what you wanted, but I didn't think because even it's hard for me to relate to people. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Mm.
it's hard for me to genuinely be up under somebody and relate like that.
Yeah.
And so I thought that if I could just buy things, you would understand it in the creativity that I put in that. And with what we're talking about now that I've said that, I feel like that translates into with my relationships now where I'm not necessarily buying things, but my time
Yeah.
is yeah. So I remember I think I told you and I keep saying this and like then he's like, "You really impressed by that?" Because I'm saying it over and over again. This is one of my other issues. I was watching a podcast and the guy was talking about David and Goliath, and he's like, a lot of us, we think we're David.
Yeah.
You're not David. He said something like a lot of us think we're David. He said, you don't understand. He said, you're not Goliath. Goliath is a type of Satan. He said, and you're not David. David is a type of Christ. You the scared little soldiers on the side that didn't want to go onto the field. He said, you're not the hero.
Yeah.
Girl, that cut me. Yeah. I know it, but I don't know it.
Yeah.
I know it in my head, but I don't know it in my
Not
heart.
in your heart.
And I feel like when I'm not the hero, nobody likes me. Nobody
Mm.
wants me. And I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Because
Mm.
when you're good at something,
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's your purpose. And I'm good at it. So it's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
that was a lot, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. There's definitely a lot to unpack, but I think finding your worth is not based on what you think it's based on or what you've experienced it to be based on what you do for other people or who you are to other people. That's not where your worth comes from.
Yeah.
And you can know that in your head but not, feel it.
I feel like what you said finding your worth is not based on what I feel like people expect from me,
Yeah.
something to that effect. That's kind of what was going through my head when I was delivering, when I was like, okay, well, that's it this year, no more, not going anywhere else. And then the whole thing, but what if something happens? And then the next voice in my head was like, well, get prepared to lose a lot of people.
Mm.
And for the most part, I'd be cool with that because I set myself up to think that I'm going to lose people anyway. I just kind of want to know who it is and when it's going
Yeah.
to happen. But that's not a good feeling to be like, well, get prepared to lose a lot of people.
Right.
Because again, part of me thinks that the reason people like me is because of what I do. And what I will say is, I mean, I know this is not a Christian podcast, but we are two Christian people, so it's just going
Mm-hmm.
to come out that way. Maybe that is what the barrier between me and God, too,
Mm.
because part of me, it's the work thing.
Yeah.
Even though I know here in my head that it's not about works, like that song by Maverick City, what does he say? I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing
Yeah,
I
so
can
there's
do
nothing I can do to let you
to
down.
let you down. I know that in my head, but I don't know that in my heart. And so I don't genuinely, I talk to God. It's weird. Like I talk to God with my head like this a
Yeah.
lot. Like, okay, thank you. Lord, please help me do, and like kind of ignore him a little bit
Mm.
don't, because I'm not doing the works right or something. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know how to say it
Yeah.
the way I'm trying to say it.
I get what you're trying to say, I think.
Yeah. So I think our human relationships are very important because that's the measure with with that's the measure with which we um kind of, I don't know, emote or show our emotions towards God or show
Yeah.
anything towards God. So that's wow. That's a weird revelation. That's a stuck place for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask you how your week is going.
My week. Let's see. What day is today? Tuesday. It's not bad. I really don't have any complaints. The last time I was at work was Thursday night, so I haven't been worked at a couple days. I go back tonight. I am really happy right now because I genuinely like my job. And I always was like, I don't want to have a job where I'm like, oh, I gotta go to work. And like sometimes I am like that because I'm tired or whatever. But like right now, like I've been away from work for a few days and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go back. Like I'm excited.
That's good.
So I just think that's what I want from life. That's one of the biggest things I want from life, to be happy with what I do for work. I'm always tired though, always.
Welcome
So
to adulthood.
I think that I need to start exercising and taking vitamins because I think it's more than just the sleep thing. I think because even before that, like I started working night shift, I was always tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
But that's good. I mean, I feel like I don't know why this came to mind, but there's a book called The Purpose Driven Life.
Hmm.
And that's what came to mind when you were talking about how you have this feeling about your job because you're driven by purpose. And that's cool. I think we don't all get to do that, and it's a blessing when you get to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And we just started a youth group at church, which I'm very excited about because for a long time at church, I've been like the only person my age. I'm like, so I'm really happy that, we're getting a group together and we're getting to, like, we're still in like the beginning stages, so we're still getting to know each other and inviting new people. But it's been really special, especially in light of this new journey I'm on with God. I just feel like things are coming together. And they should be because the world is ending soon, so now would be the time to get it together.
I know that's right. Well, good people, we just trying to catch a good time. We It might take all night, all day, all week, all month, all year.
Yeah.
But there will be some good times.
There will be.
So until next time, our talk therapy session will wrap up with what's your final word?
Word, one word,
Eh,
a few words.
few words. Few words you want to leave to the audience.
My words are to seek God with your whole heart and see what you find. Seek him with your doubts, with your questions, with your unbelief, and yeah, just try it with no expectations. See what
With no
happens.
expectations. Wow. So I guess anxiety is a thing, and maybe I should seek God with that as
Hmm.
well. Until next time.
Bye.
Hey, say what?